Welcome. In this video, we'll explore VFX Script, a new patcher tool that lets you manipulate MIDI notes and automation parameters using Python. VFX Script is a designated programming module for patcher. You can define multiple inputs and outputs, configured as needed. It's like Fruity Formula Controller, but with the flexibility of a full programming language. With just a single script, you can create complex audio tools while keeping your patches organized. VFX Script can modify voices in real time, making it non-destructive to existing patterns. VFX Script can also produce voices directly. This script outputs a MIDI sequence with adjustable pitch, octave, and velocity. You can select the direction and length of each sequencer separately. Controls such as dropdowns were created dynamically from within the script, while the lower part is an embedded control surface. VFX Script has 4 tabs. Let's explore what they contain. The Scripting tab is where the code is written. It's a single-page editor with 2 buttons for compiling and restarting. Restarting recompiles the script without resetting controls, while a full compilation returns everything to its initial state. Any errors in the script will be displayed at the bottom. If you have a preferred code editor, choose it from the menu. You can also hide the tabs. The user interface is where the control surface will appear under any dynamically added controls. The dynamic input types include text, knobs, drop-down menus, and checkboxes. The output log is for viewing messages passed in the print function. It's a simple text editor where you can erase previous messages with the backspace key. Finally, the API reference lists all the FL Studio-specific Python functions and classes. VFX Scripts share similarities with piano roll scripts, so make sure to also take a look at the piano roll scripting API in the FL Studio user manual. Now that we're familiar with the controls, let's look at more examples of what VFX Script can do. This LFO preset modulates the phase of a carrier to create complex automation. The output can be used to control filters, reverbs, and other plugin parameters to make them sound more lively. There are 3 modulators with adjustable properties such as frequency, shape, offset, and amplitude. Amplitude determines the strength of the modulation. At 0, the modulator doesn't affect the carrier at all. If all modulators are disabled, the carrier works as a standard LFO. Let's take a quick look at the script. The various LFO processes are written as their own custom functions that are reused for the carrier and modulators. The first function calculates a phase, the second function returns an LFO with the correct properties, and the third function applies transformations. The phase modulation of the carrier happens within the onTick function. If you want to make your own LFO script, take a look at the classic LFO preset. It's a simpler version which works as a great starting point. VFX Script is great for enhancing patches. This patch has empty pre-routed FX chains that can be selected through an interface. In an application like this, it often makes sense to have only one option enabled at a time, and this is easy to implement with a script. Unlike with regular patcher surfaces, it's possible to make a button state dependent on the states of other controls, making it react automatically. So, how does scripting actually work? Let's cover a few very basic examples. Let's start by adding a simple knob that controls some parameter of another plugin. Add a new VFX Script instance. In the Script tab, import the FL VFX module, which contains some FL Studio-specific functionality that we'll need. Next, let's add an output. You can specify its name and default value, and it'll appear as an output node in Patcher. Let's add a function called onTick. It runs in a loop and is used to update values as they change. For example, when the user makes a change to a knob. Now we need to create an input control that the user can interact with. Let's add a knob in the Create Dialog function. After giving it a name, we can save its value into a variable in the onTick function. Finally, we'll simply output the value of the knob. Let's press compile. After compiling, let's add a plugin so we'll have something to connect the output to. Hold Alt to keep all plugin windows open at the same time. When we twist the knob on the user interface, it controls the plugin parameter. The input itself can also be activated, allowing you to route existing parameter data through VFX Script. Let's look at how control surface presets are embedded and used in VFX Script. Create a surface preset. Adding a single button is a good start. Make sure you give it a name so we can reference it later. After saving the preset, add a new VFX Script instance and open the Script tab. The surface must be referenced in the Create Dialog function. Click the arrow button and select Embed Surface Preset. Add Input Surface will grab the preset you selected in the previous step. Now that the surface is in place, let's make the button print a message to the log. The conditional here checks the button state, while the flag makes sure a message is printed only once. The flag is necessary because the button changes state slower than one loop of the onTick function, resulting in multiple messages being printed in one press. The lower conditional sets the flag back to 0 only when the button state actually switches to 0. Now you should have a general understanding of VFX Script and its capabilities. If you're new to programming, Python is one of the easiest languages to start with, and we've collected some resources in the video description. Share your scripts and patches in the VFX Scripting forum. We're excited to see what you create. Happy scripting!